afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Last week we discussed global distribution. Okay, and we discussed two questions only. Then go to the third one. You can try question number 3. Question number 3. The average number of acres burned by the forest and rainfires in a large free Mexico country is 4,300 acres per year with a standard deviation of 758. The distribution of the number of acres burned by bird is normal. Okay, in the question, it is given the what type of distribution. What is the probability that between 2,500 and 4,200 acres will be burned in any given year? Okay, then first we identify what is our area. What is the random variable in here? What is the random variable? Random variable in here. Number of acres burned by forest. First you write. Then want to write what is the distribution in here. Okay, distributed by normally. Yes, then within bracket you have to mention the two parameters. Okay, then what are the two parameters in the normal distribution? Mean and the variance. And here mean is 4,300. Variance is 757. Okay. Then question asks what is the probability that between 2,500 and 4,200 acres will be burned by any given year? Okay. Then question asks calculate the probability in between 1,500 and 4,200. Okay, then what is the next step? Then you want to draw the normal distribution curve. Okay, then middle point of the normal distribution curve is represented by the mean value. Okay, then mean value is 4,300. Second arc between 2,500 and 4,200. Of this area. Okay, then you want to convert it into the all the x values to the z value. Okay, then this is the normal distribution. Then we want to convert it into the standard normal distribution. Okay, in the standard normal distribution, always mean value is equal to 0. Then we want to convert it into these two x values to the z. Okay. Then you know the formula is equal x minus mu divided by the standard deviation. And here we write variance. Okay, in the standard normal distribution Z score, in formula in Z score, we write the standard deviation. Okay, then what is the x value? First x value is 2,500. Minus mu is 4,300, then divided by 750. What is the value in here? 0.4. Okay. Then minus 2.4. Okay. Then same way we can calculate the z value is 4,200. 4,200 minus 4,300 divided by 750. Then what is the answer? 0.16 minus 0.1. Okay, then we can calculate the probability value. Okay, then this z value is is minus 2.1. Okay, then we find in the probability value regarding to the Z value 2.4. Okay, then which area we can find out. Then we looking at the 2.4 in the Z table. Then what's the probability you can get? 2.4, 0.4918. Okay, then which area represented? 4918 means 0 to minus 2.4. Understood? 0 to minus 2.4. Okay, the total area is 2. It represents 0.4918. Okay, then we looking at the minus 0.13. 0.0517. Okay, then 0.0517 represent this area. Okay, 0.0517. Question asks calculate the probability of this area. Then how to get that value? 0.4918 minus 0.0517. Okay. Then answer 0.4918 minus 0.0517. The answer 0.4401. Okay, then what is the percentage value? Multiply by 100. 44.01%. Okay. Going to the next question. Question number 4 is different one. Okay. That was really. For the mean value of the mean is not given in the question. Here the question asks what is the value of the mean. Then how to find the mean value. Question is given. Okay. Then says given that the 10% of the things contain less than 200 grams. Okay. Then given the probability value. Okay. The weight is less than 200 and then how to calculate the mean value. Okay. Then first we can write the what is the x value in here. Okay, then this question says the weight in grams of bean in a team is normally distributed with mean mu and the standard deviation is 7.8. Okay, then what is x in here? Weight of the bean team. The weight. Okay, then question says it is a normally distributed. Okay, then we can write x distributed normally. By question is not given the mean. Then we write it. Okay, then standard deviation. deviation is 7.8, then we can write variance is 7.8 square. Okay, then given that 10% of the thing contains less than 200 grams. Okay, then weight is less than 200 grams is equal to 10%. Percentage value. Then what's the probability value? 0.1. Okay. Then we draw the normal curve. In here, question is not given the mu value. But question says weight is less than 200 grams is equal to 10%. Okay. The less than sign is here or here. Normally, here starting from here. Then we move into that. You know, up to that point, it covers the 0.5. It means 50%. And then question says less than 200 is 10%. Okay? Then up to that point, 50%. Then in here is 10%. We can see 10%. It is smaller than the 0.5. Okay, then this area is 0.1, 10%. Okay, then what is the value in here now? 200. Question says weight is less than 200 is equal to 10%. This is the 10% area, then we can write 200. Okay. Then this is the X curve. Then standard normal curve in here 0. Then we are going to calculate Z value for the 200. Okay. Normally, how to calculate Z value? We using the X value, mu and the standard deviation. But in here, we do not know the mu value, but we know probability value. In the Z table, inside the Z table, what are the things we can find? Probability value. And then you want to find it out the probability. But in the Z table, always represent 0 to particular value. Understood? The table again how many 0 in the value. Okay? Then in here, 0 to this value. What is the probability? We cannot find the 0.1. Why? 0.1 in here. It is not 0 to particular value. Then 0 to particular value means this way. Okay, then first we need to get the value for this area. Then what is the probability value in here? This area is 0.1. Then how to get the probability value in here? 0.4. How to get that? It is a symmetric one. Total probability is equal to 1. Then there are two equal parts. Then one part is equal to 0.5. Then 0.5 minus 0.1. What is the answer? 0.4. 0.4 means 0.406. Okay, then find the what is the value in here through this probability value. Inside the table, you search where is the 0.4006. We get the near value. Okay. Always we cannot find the exact value. But is that valid? 1.28. Left side is 0 or negative value, then we can write minus 1.28. Okay, then we know the z value. X value is known. Then standard deviation is known. But we do not know the value of this field. Then we can move to the z formula. Z equals x minus mu divided by standard deviation. Okay, then we know the z value. X value is also known. Then standard deviation is given in the question. Then what is z value in here? Minus 1.2x. Okay, then x value is, what is x value in here? 200. Then we put here 200. Minus mu, we do not know the value of the mu. Divided by standard deviation is 7.8. Now we have the simple equation. In here, only one variable is unknown. What's the unknown variable in here? Mu. Yes, and now you can solve it, then you can find it out that what is the value of mu. Then first we can use the cross multiplication. Then first we can take 7.8 into this side. Okay, then what happened? In here division, no? Divided by 7.8. Then we take into this side, what happened? It becomes the multiplication. Then minus 1.28 into 7.8. Okay? Then remaining is 200 minus mu. Okay, then what's the value? 1.28 into 7.8. 9.984. 9.984. Is minus that. Minus into plus. Minus. Okay. Then 200 minus mu. Then minus 9.984 we take into this side. Then we can it converted into the positive value. Okay. Then minus mu we take into this side. It becomes a plus value, positive value. When the minus mu, then the plus mu, then 200 plus 9.984. Now you can get the value of the mu. What is the mu value? 209.98. Okay. The reverse calculation. Okay, the equation is given the probability. Then through this probability we can find the z value. Okay. Then using the z formula we can find in any term in the z formula. If the equation is not given the standard deviation, then same way we can find it. Okay. And summation are mu and the standard deviation both. Okay. Then the two unknown variable in here, then we need to find what type of equation. Then in here only one variable is unknown. Then we can develop the, we can construct the simple equation and then we can find. Then two things are unknown. What type of equations we need? Simultaneous equation. There are two terms are unknown. Okay, then we need to, the equation is must given the two probability values. Then we using these two probability values we can construct the two equations. Then simultaneous. Okay, then you can solve the simultaneous equation. Then you can find the mu value and then standard deviation both. Okay, understood? It's clear how to calculate the mean value. And you can try other questions. Then try part 2. The percentage of things contain more than 225 of these. Now you know the mu value. Okay, then previous day you can calculate the what is the percentage value more than 225 grams. Okay. When you take the mu value is the 209.984. 0 to answer is 0.027107. Okay, then question asks the percentage value, then what is the answer? 2.71%. Okay. In this probability value, we can calculate using the Excel. Okay. Let me try this one. Then in here, question asks more than 225. Okay. Then it means we draw the normal distribution curve. Mean value is 209.984. Then 225 in here. Okay. In this area, we need to calculate. Okay. Normally, we convert it into this Z value. And okay, then we take the probability value. Yeah. Up to that point, then we 0.5 minus this area, then we can get that value. Okay. Understood? This is the way we can calculate the probability. In the Excel, we can get that value. In the Excel, they identify the cumulative value also. Then in here, in the Excel, we feed the cumulative frequency value, then they identify up to that point what is the probability. Okay, starting from in here. Then in the Excel, formula is to take the probability value up to that point. Then how to get that probability? 1 minus 8. Yes. We can write this. Equal sign. Okay. Then we can write the in here normal distribution. Okay. Then let's start this. need to enter the x value. Okay, then what is the x value? 225. Okay, then mean value. Mean value is 209.984. Okay, then our standard deviation. What is the standard deviation in here? 7.8. Okay, then our cumulative or not. And this one is B. Okay. Then we take the probability value starting from point. Okay. And this probability is given to this area to this. Okay. Then we insert the normal x value now. Okay. Then we do not think that is the plus value or minus value. Okay. Then we take all the probability value. But we need to get the probability value in this area. How to get that? 1 minus that particular value. Minus. You have to get 0.027106. Okay, you can easily calculate the probability value. Okay, but then first you read the question and you need to draw the normal curve. Then you can get the idea. Okay, then this area we need to get the probability value. Then you can calculate the probability value. Okay. Then move to the next part and try. The machine settings are adjusted so that the weight in grams of wheat is in a thing is normally distributed with mean 205. Okay, then machine is adjusted. After that, their mean value is 205. The standard deviation is 6. Now we do not know the value of the standard deviation. Given that the 98% of the things contain between 200 and 210, find the value of sigma. Now question asks calculate the value of the sigma. Okay, and first you will try. All the values, all the decimal places taken into your table. Always we can take the two decimal places on it. Yes, it's a 2.68%. Go the normal curve and insert the given information. Okay, then you can get the idea about it. No need to get to it. It's a standard deviation. We cannot get the negative value for the standard deviation. We have a flow in it. We label it in අපිට පොඩි හිට් එකක් තියෙනවා experience review interview මෙතන ඉස්සේ කාගේ වෙන්නේ plus වේදනයක් difference මොකද වෙන්නේ බලන්න ක්‍රියාවට මෙයා ඒක පැත්තකින් ප්‍රොෆිට් එක තියෙනවා වින්දෝස් එක තමයි ඒක වින්දෝස් එක තමයි මේක පැත්තකට ගිහින් එයා ඊට ප්‍රොෆිට් එකද ඒ ප්‍රොෆිට් එක ඇතුලේ යනවා මොනවද මෙතන කියන්නේ it's that maybe that's analysis 2.9 tapi the value is 4.3 What have you got the value 2.14 okay normal distribution any questions you can answer Galle all questions වලට answer කරන්න okay then the next chapter correlation and the regression analysis okay now move to the lesson correlation and the regression analysis and these are the learning objectives Okay. Now move to the lesson. Okay. Now you know the different types of variables. In the second chapter we discussed. Okay, then mainly we divided the quantitative and the qualitative. Okay, then other types of variables is independent and the dependent variable. Okay, then we need to study the relationship between two or more variables. Okay, then we can use the two techniques finding out the relationship between two or more variables. Okay, then what are the two techniques in here? Regression and the correlation analysis. Okay, then correlation and the regression analysis we use to finding out the relationship between two or more variables. What type of relationship in between the two or more variables? Okay, then in the correlation analysis we finding out the strength of the relationship. In strength, power. Okay, then think there is a relationship. We need to get the idea about the strength of the relationship. This relationship is a positive or negative. That's the relationship. Normally we finding out the relationship between two variables, positive or no negative. Okay, then through the correlation analysis we can get the idea about the strength of the relationship. Strength means there is a strong positive or strong negative. Okay, then there is a weak relationship. Okay, then there is a perfect relationship. Okay, then through the correlation analysis, we can get the idea about the strength of the relationship, power. Okay, then the regression analysis, using that technique, we can construct the mathematical equation to express the relationship between two or more variables. Okay, then through the regression analysis, we can construct the regression line. Okay, normally in the mathematics, okay, then when we draw the graph, okay, then we have the equation. What is the normal we use? We need to draw the straight line. Then what is the equation we can use? Y equal mx plus c. Okay, remember. Then in the regression analysis, we can construct that type of mathematical equation to show the relationship between two or more variables. Understood? Through the correlation analysis, we can get the idea about strength of the relationship, power. Through the regression analysis, that shows the relationship between two variables using the mathematical equation. Understood? Okay, then these are the two techniques we can use to study the relationship between two or more variables. Okay? Then in example, a firm may need to determine how its sales are related to the gross national production. Okay? Then what are the two variables in here? Sales and the gross national production. Understood? Then how the total production cost is related to its output rate. Okay, then there are two variables in here, cost of the production and the output rate. Then how sales depends on the advertising. Okay, then how advertising is affect to the sale. Okay, then we spend more to the advertising expenditure, then what happened to our sales revenue? It will become in. Okay, then these are the examples for that. Then, through the correlation and regression analysis, we can get the idea about the relationship. Okay, then the scatter plot diagram or scatter diagram we can use to visualize the relationship between only two variables. Okay, this is the two-way diagram now. Only we have the x and the y axis. Okay, then using the scatter plot diagram, we can show the relationship between only two variables. It means only one independent and the one dependent. Okay, that is the visual representation of the relationship between two variables. We call it scatter plot diagram or scatter diagram. Okay. advertising and the number of items sold. Okay, then advertising and the number of items sold. Then what is the independent one? What is the dependent? Advertising expenditure is the independent one. It affects to the sale. Okay, then the sale is a dependent variable. Okay, then the x-axis is the horizontal axis. The horizontal one represents the x-axis. Then it shows what? Independent variable. In here, what is the independent variable? Advertising. Okay, then y-axis means vertical axis. It shows always dependent variable. What is the dependent variable in here? Items sold. Okay, then take these two pairs, we can draw the status. Okay, then first one is in January 45 and the 50. In January 45 and 50, we draw the status. Understood? Then we put the dot in here. Then second one is 55 and the 25. In the advertising expenditure 55, then we in the item sold 25. Then put that. Yeah, then that is the way we can draw the scatter plot diagram. Then there are two axes. It exactly shows the always independent one. Y-axis shows the dependent one. Then first one is 45 and 15. In here we are looking at the thing 45 in here. Then 55. Then we put the dot in. Okay. Then that we call as the scatter plot diagram. Okay. Then we can easily get the idea about if there is a relationship between these two variables. We can draw the scatter plot diagram. Okay, then we can get the idea about that. Okay, then that is the visual representation of the relationship between two variables. Understood? Scatter plot diagram. Then we move into the independent and the dependent variable. Okay, then we finding out the relationship between two or more variables. Okay, then we can finding out the independent and the dependent variable. What is the independent variable? Now you know. In the second chapter we studied no independent and the dependent. Then what is the independent variable? Okay, then these are the similar words to the independent variable. We can say predictor variable or explanatory variable. Okay, then it is a variable that provides the basis for the estimation. Independent variable, it is not depend on the other. Okay, then that is provide the basis for the estimation. Then what is the dependent one? That is being the predicted or estimated from the independent variable. The dependent variable is depend on the other variable. Okay, then independent variable is being the predicted or estimated from what? Independent variable. Okay, we know the independent variable. Through that we can find in out the, we can predict or we can estimate the dependent variable. Okay, understood? It is being the predicted or estimated from the given independent variable. Okay, then these are the two variables in. Then a firm may we need to determine how its sales are related to the gross national production. Okay, then what is the independent one? What is the dependent one? How its sales are related to the gross national production. Sales is the independent one. Okay, then it is a basis for the estimation. Okay, then the dependent one is what? Gross national production. Okay, understood? Now, correlation analysis. Okay, then we discuss one by one. Correlation analysis and the regression analysis. Correlation analysis. Okay, then before I say correlation analysis, we can find out the strength of the relationship between two or more variables. Okay, then correlation analysis, we measure the strength. Then how to measure the strength? In the statistic, always deal with the numbers, no? Okay, then in the correlation analysis also we need to get the number value. Okay, then how to identify the strength? Using what? Coefficient of the correlation. Okay, then that is the measure of the correlation. Coefficient of the correlation. Understood? It's clear? Then correlation analysis, we can identify the strength of the relationship. Okay, now we have the question how to get the strength. How to identify the strength? Through what? Using the coefficient of the correlation. That is a measure. Okay, then using that we can get the value. Okay, then based on the value, we can get the idea about the strength of the relationship. Okay. Then, before moving to the correlation coefficient, then we discuss what are the different types of relationship between X and Y variable. X is the independent variable, Y is the dependent variable. Okay, X is the independent. Y represent always dependent variable. Okay, you know what are the relationships? Positive. First one is the positive. Then what is the meaning of the positive relationship? Positive means what? Then price and the supply. Then what is the relationship is there? Positive, no? Price and the supply. Then why you say there is a positive relationship? If price will be increased, then what happened to the quantity? Okay. Then positive means the relationship between X and Y is positive if increasing in X tend to be associated with increases in Y and decreasing in X tend to be associated with the decreases in Y. Then X and Y, two type of variables, no? Then both variables move to same direction, we call as the positive relationship. Understood? When X is increased, Y also increase. Understood? When the X value is decreased, then what happened to the Y? Y also decrease. Okay, then both variables go to the same direction. Understood? That kind of relationship we call as what? Positive relationship, or we can say direct relationship. Understood? Positive. Okay? Negative relationship. Other way we can say inverse relationship. Okay, then price and the demand. What kind of relationship is there? Negative. Okay, then price will be increasing. Then what happened to the demand? Quantity of the demand. Okay, then in the negative relationship or inverse relationship, then two type of variables go to the different direction. Okay, then x is increased, then what happened to the y? Decrease. X decreased, y increase. Okay, that type of relationship we call as a negative one. Negative or inverse. X and y go to the same direction, move to the same direction, we call as a positive or direct. Understood? Okay. Then no linear relationship. There's the important thing. Using the correlation analysis and the regression analysis, always we finding out the linear relationship. Not the relationship. There's a specific word in here, linear relationship. Okay, then correlation analysis. Correlation means linear relationship. Correlation is a word, no? Okay, then the meaning of that word is a linear relationship. Okay, then using the correlation analysis, we finding out that there is a linear relationship or not. Understood? අපි නිකන් relationship එක නෙමෙයි හොයන්නේ. හැමදෙස්සම අපි හොයන්නේ linear relationship එකක්ද නැද්ද? Okay, in some way, there is a relationship between two variables, but there is no any linear relationship. එකම variables එක relationship එකක් තියෙන්න පුළුවන්. හැබැයි linear relationship එකක් නැති වෙන්න පුළුවන්. Understood? Through the correlation analysis, always we finding out the linear relationship. Positive or negative. Okay, then other one is says no linear relationship. Okay, it means it may be a relationship, but there is no any linear relationship. No linear. Okay, that is change in x do not seem to have any effect on the variable of y. When the x value is changed, but it does not affect to the y. X වෙනස් වෙනවා හැබැයි යාගෙන් y ට බලපෑම that we call as a no linear relationship. Understood? Then we can find it now the linear or non-linear. Then other one is strong or weak. Okay. Then this slide shows the different scatter plot diagrams. Okay. Moving to the first one. Then we draw the straight line. Then what happens? All the scatters are fallen to the on the straight line. Understood? First එකේ බලන්න අපි හැම scatter එකක්ම තියෙන straight line එක මත. All the scatters on the straight line. Then that type of relationship we call as what? Perfect positive relationship. Perfect. Understood? Perfect positive. Why say the positive? Positive. That side is positive. Then both x and y move to the same direction. Okay, then and all the scatters on the same straight line we call as the perfect positive correlation. Understood? Okay, then move to the second one. Then this one is a negative relationship. No? Okay, then it means this is x, no? X increasing, then what happened to the y? Y is decreasing. Okay, then we can say there is a negative one. Looking at the scatters, all the scatters on the same straight line. Okay, then we can say there is a perfect negative correlation. Understood? Okay, then when we draw the scatter plot diagram, looking at the scatter plot diagram, okay, then we have to idea about how to express the relationship between two variables. Okay, looking at the scatter. And the scatter අඳිනවනේ අපි dot a dot b දිහා බලලා අපිට කියන්න පුළුවන් වෙනවනේ මොන වගේ relationship එකක්ද තියෙන්නේ. Okay, then first you identify there is a negative one or positive. Okay, then x and y goes to the same direction, we can say positive. X and y go to the different direction, we can say negative one. Then we looking at the scatter. All the scatters are in the same line, we can say there is a perfect one. Okay. Then moving to the third one. There is also negative relationship. Okay. Then but all the scatters are not on the same straight line, no? Third one. Okay, then we cannot say there is a perfect negative. Why? Then some scaters are outside the straight line. Some are scaters out straight line again. Then we cannot say there is a perfect negative. Then we can say what? Strong negative. Not perfect, but strong negative correlation. Understood? Okay. Then move to this one, fifth one. There is also negative. Okay, then when we draw the straight line, then what happens? Minimum number of scatters on the same straight line. Okay, most of these scatters are outside the straight line. Scatters වලින් පොඩිම ප්‍රමාණයක් විතරයි straight line එකේ තියෙන්නේ. අනිත් ඒවා ඔක්කොම එළියේ තියෙන්නේ. Then we cannot say strong. Then we can say what? Weak correlation. Weak negative correlation. Okay, understood? Then all the scatters on the same straight line we can say perfect. Okay, then most number of scatters on the same straight line we can say strong. Okay, then the least number of scatters on the same straight line we can say weak. Understood? Then go to the other one. Zero correlation means no linear relationship. Then what happened to the scatter plot diagram? Scatters are distributed different places. There is no any relationship now. Okay, then we cannot draw the straight line to them. Okay, then that kind of relationship we call as the zero correlation. Okay, zero correlation means what? There is no linear relationship. Maybe a relationship. Okay, but we cannot say there is a linear relationship. අපිට කියන්න පුළුවන් relationship එකක් තියෙනවා කියලා. හැබැයි ඒක linear වෙන්නේ. Okay, zero correlation is equal to the no linear relationship. Understood? It's clear? Okay, then the perfect positive or negative, then strong negative or positive, then weak negative or positive. Other one is zero correlation. Understood? Then these are the different types of correlation in between x and y. Okay? Then, when we do the correlation analysis, okay, then there are three assumptions underlying the correlation assumptions. Okay, we need to assume these three. What are they? First one, x is assumed to be a random variable. Okay, x is a random variable. X means what? Independent variable. Okay, then independent variable is assumed to be a random variable. We assume that. Okay, independent variable is a random variable. What is this? Two? Both x and y are normally distributed. Now you know the normal distribution. Okay, that is then we assume x and the y. It means independent variable and the dependent variable are normally distributed. Okay, then their probability distribution, when we do the probability distribution, x and y are the normally distributed. Okay. Then third one, the relationship between two variables can be described by the straight line. Okay, then we assume there is a linear relationship between these two variables. We assume that before doing the correlation analysis. Okay, then we get the value of the correlation coefficient, then we can say there is no any linear relationship. Previous that we assume that. Okay, first one is independent variable is assumed to be a random variable. Then both variables, independent and the dependent, are normally distributed. Then other one is we assume that there is a linear relationship. Understood? Then these are the three assumptions underlying the correlation analysis. Okay, then when we using the statistical software, okay, then before doing the correlation analysis, okay, then we need to check these assumptions. That is must. Understood? Then moving to the calculate the coefficient of the correlation. Then we using the quantitative data. Okay, then we use Pearson coefficient of the correlation. That's the name of that. Okay, that person is introduced correlation coefficient. Okay, Carl Pearson. Then we say Carl Pearson coefficient of correlation. Using that formula, using that coefficient of correlation, we can get the idea about the strength of the relationship between two or more variables. Understood? Normally, we get the idea about the relationship between two variables in here. Okay, what are the two variables? X and Y. Okay, then this is the formula. It is being denoted as a simple R. Okay, R. Using the R, we can denote the Pearson coefficient of the correlation. Okay, then this is the formula. Sigma xy minus nx bar y bar divided by that is square root sign, then sigma x squared minus nx bar squared. You can download it through the Telegram message. Okay, you can get the then sigma y squared minus ny bar squared. Okay, then this is the formula we can use to find out the coefficient of the correlation. Okay, then x and y denoted to the two variables. X express the independent one, y shows the dependent variable. Okay, in the numerator we have the sigma xy. Sigma xy means what? Sigma means what? Total value. Okay, then sigma xy, total value of the x into y. Then we take the x values. Okay, then we individually multiply x into y. Now take the total and multiply it. Okay, then there are 5x value and also there are 5y values. One by one we multiply and get the sum. That is the sigma xy. Okay, then this way. Y, then we have the value these are the x and y values. Okay, then sigma x1 means we take the x into 1. X5. Okay, 2 into 1, 2. Then 2 into 3, 8. Then 4 into 3, 12. Then we need to get the sum. 2 plus 6 plus 12. That is equal to sigma x1. Understood? Okay, we do not get the total x value and the total y value here. What is the sum? 9. No? Okay, then we cannot get the 9 into 6 equal to sigma x1. Okay, sigma xy means we multiply by the x value and the y value, then we get the sum. Okay, understood? That we call as the sigma x1. Okay, then x bar and y bar. X bar means what? X bar. Yeah, sigma x over n. It means x bar means what? Mean value of the x variable. Okay, then how to calculate x bar? We take the sum of the x values, then divided by the number of x values. Okay, then the previous example. In here, the sum is 9, then 9 divided by 3. Then there are 3 pairs, then we divide it by the 3. Then what is the x bar? 3. Then what is the y bar? Then take the sum of all the y values, then divided by the number of y values. Then in here, sum is 6. Then there are 3 pairs, then we divided by the 3. Then what is the x bar? Equal to. Understood? Then what is the n in here? N x bar y bar. Then what is the n? N means number of pairs. Okay, then we take the 2000 to 2005, 6 years. Then what is it? 6. Then there are 6 pairs. Okay, then 6 number Understood? That is the x bar and y bar. When we put the square root sign, then sigma x square. Sigma x square means we take the square value of x, then take the 1 by 1 square, then take the that we call as sigma x square. Then here 2 into 2, 4, 3 into 3, 9, 4 into 4, 16. Then we add them together. That is equal to sigma x square. Understood? Then n x bar square, it's okay, no? N is not. X bar is the mean value. Then take the square value of the mean of the x. Then multiply by the sigma y square minus ny bar square. Understood? That is a formula we can use to find out the coefficient of the correlation. Okay? Then other thing is, then coefficient of correlation we denoted by symbol R. No? Okay? In the simple R, there is a range value. Okay? Then minus 1 to plus 1. Okay? Then the R value is falling into the minus 1 to plus 1. Okay? Its values can range from minus 1 to plus 1. It means we cannot get the R value more than plus 1. We cannot get the 2, 3, 1.2, 1.1. Okay, then what is the maximum value we can get? Plus 1. What is the minimum value we can get? Minus 1. Understood? We can get the minus 0.1, minus 0.2 up to the minus 1. Understood? Minus 1 to plus 1. Okay, we can get the 0, but we cannot get the more than plus 1 and less than minus 1. Understood? Okay. Then, based on the coefficient of correlation, based on the value of the R, okay, then we can identify what type of relationship is there. Okay, then think R value, when R value is plus 1, okay, that's the maximum point now we can get. Okay, then when R is plus 1, what is the meaning of that? Plus sign represents the positive relationship. Okay, then always we calculating the R value, there is a sign. First we looking at the sign. When you get the value of the plus value, we can say there is a positive relationship. Okay, then when we calculating the R value, then we will get the the 1. Plus 1. Plus sign represents the positive relationship. Okay, then we get the 1. 1 is the maximum value we can get for the R. That's the maximum one. Then we can say what? There is a perfect positive correlation. Okay, then perfect. That is the maximum point now. Plus 1 is the maximum one. Okay, then plus represent the positive. Then the 1 is the maximum point. Then we can say perfect positive correlation. Okay, then when we get the minus 1, minus represent the negative 1. Then 1 represent the highest one. Then we can say perfect negative correlation. Okay, then we get the value nearest to the plus 1 or minus 1. Then think we get the R value plus 0.98. It is not the 1, but it is nearest to the plus 1. Okay, then we can say there is a strong positive relationship. 0.9 we can say strong positive. Okay, it is nearest to the plus 1. Okay, then some value we can get the nearest to the minus 1. We can say strong negative correlation. Understood? Then minus 0.91. Minus sign represent the negative relationship. Then the 0.9 is minus 0.9 is nearest to the minus 1. Then we can say strong negative correlation. Okay, then these are represent the sign. Okay. Then we take the value, then we get the value plus 0.5 or minus 0.5. Okay, then there is a two mixed values, not 0.5. Okay, then we can say there is a moderate positive or moderate negative relationship. 0.5, moderate. Understood? Okay. Then when we get the value for the R nearest to the 0, not the 0, but nearest to the 0, then we can say there is a weak positive or weak negative. Then we get the value plus 0.12. It is equal, it is nearest to the 0. Then we can say there is a weak positive correlation. Understood? Then think, when we get the value for the R is equal to 0. Exactly 0. It means what? There is no correlation. It means there is no linear relationship. Understood? Then these are the interpretation of the coefficient of the correlation. Plus 1 and minus 1 represent the perfect relationship. Okay, the nearest to the plus 1 and nearest to the minus 1 represent the strong. Okay, then 0.5 represent the moderate. Nearest to the 0 represent the weak relationship. Then 0 represent the correlation. There is no correlation. It means there is no linear relationship. Understood? Number 3. Okay. Normally in the question paper, I will give the value for the sigma x, sigma y, sigma xy. Okay. Not given only the data set. There is a given. Okay. What is the sigma x? What is the sigma y here? Then what is the sigma x squared, sigma y squared. Okay. Then these information are given in the question paper. Okay. Okay. Then using these values and you calculate the coefficient of correlation. Get the value and interpret it. Okay. Interpretation is fine. The formula. The formula, okay, R equal the formula. First write the formula. Yes, then. It is like that. You have to write the code. Interpretation is important in your presentation. If you can calculate the information by using any method, using calculator software, then you can get the value. That's the interpretation is important. What's the answer? You can complete now. And then substitute the values to the particular equation. Then you get the value, I think 0.911. Then 0.911. Positive value. Then how to interpret it? Positive value interpret the positive. Okay. Then 0.911. It is nearest to the plus one. Then we can say there is a strong positive correlation between the sales and the profit. That is a comment. Understood? It's clear now? Okay, then we will do the other question then.